I apparently was working in downtown Chicago again, and it was nighttime, and me and the co-worker got to the building we worked at. The building was locked, but we worked there. We must have had keys or something. And that's when the co-worker said, "There's a fire on the 14th floor. Oh, we can't go in." And I couldn't see any fire. How did this lady even know there was a fire? But she left, so I walked away with her. We were walking through downtown so we can get to our train stations, and knowing that I had an hour-long train ride home, it was nice to have someone to talk to. And we were walking through downtown Chicago, and I started talking about the things in Chicago that I remembered. I mentioned that there was this building on Wacker Drive, north of Randolph Lake, on that east-west curve before it goes north again. There was a building, and it had huge windows, 5 stories, a few stories tall, and they had these huge statues in the lobby. And I remembered that at Christmas time, the people from the building would put huge Santa caps on these tall statues for everyone to see while they went to work. And then for some reason, I talked about meeting Charlie Trotter at my old job. He spoke at our trade show that we created. I was sitting at the front counter before the show started, so to pass the time, I was rereading the Ayn Rand book, Capitalism, the Unknown Ideal. Well, he stopped me when he saw the book, and he started talking to me about Ayn Rand. He even had audio cassettes from her lectures, and he said I could borrow them, but I never met up with him after that trade show. And even though I spent an arm and a leg to have dinner at Trotter's restaurant once, I never got the chance to even see him there and even ask about those stupid lecture cassettes. So then we talked, but then I heard that he had closed down his restaurant so that he could get a master's in philosophy. And I thought, that's amazing. To be such a successful and well-known chef, to just stop working and study philosophy. Maybe I should have had out my Ayn Rand book, Philosophy, Who Needs It, when Charlie Trotter stopped me, but it's still cool to think that on some levels, when it comes to philosophy or when it comes to books, we may both be on the same page. So, as I said, yeah, he was a really well-known chef. I mean, Emeril Lagasse was at our trade shows too, but this was before he had his own show or anything. But you know, as I was talking to her, it reminded me that at one of our trade shows in New Orleans, Emeril Lagasse gave us a dinner to a restaurant, one of his restaurants, Nola's. I thought the name Nola was Emeril Lagasse's wife's name, until I was reminded that New Orleans, Louisiana is Nola. Yeah, so much for naming your restaurant after your wife, I suppose. I mean, it's not like Charlie Trotter named his restaurant after his wife or anything. But now that I think of it, now I recall, Trotter's is the only restaurant I've ever been to where they pair a different wine with each of your upwards of 10 courses for dinner. I mean, Wine Spectator magazine even called Trotter's the best restaurant in the nation. So, okay, I chose to spend that money for dinner at Charlie Trotter's. And okay, maybe it was worth an arm and a leg.